What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here. Welcome back to the channel, and ladies and gentlemen, today we are celebrating the 100th day of Fortnite Battle Royale. So actually, depending on when this video goes out, it might be more like the 101st day, but Monday, January 15th marks the 100th day. 100 days ago, Fortnite Battle Royale was released, and it is already this successful. And in those 100 days, there's been 125 million wins, 5 billion gliders deployed, and 500 million total shots fired. And on top of that, over 50 million people on this planet have downloaded Fortnite. So yeah, I guess you could say that Fortnite is a pretty big success. But today, guys, what I actually wanted to do is look at the last 100 days and go through where Fortnite started to where it is right now. We're gonna look at September 11th, the day Fortnite was introduced, that absolute bare bones game mode, go through all the updates, and then compare it to what it is now, today. Now, since this is a pretty big celebration, I thought I would do another giveaway for free V-Bucks. So again, guys, if you want to be entered in to win, all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and just comment down below who your favorite Fortnite YouTuber is. Don't say me. Anyways, though, guys, let's get into it. September 11th, 2017 marked the unofficial date for Fortnite Battle Royale. And I say unofficial because it was only available to those who had already paid for the PvE version. And this was about the most bare bones version of Battle Royale that you could possibly imagine, okay? We're talking no leaderboards, no store, no shop, no battle pass, a ton of guns were not in the game yet, and there was only solos, so no squads, no duos. The guns that were on this original launch build included the semi-auto pistol, the revolver, the SMG, no other variants of that, the tac shotgun, the pump shotgun, the M16, the burst assault rifle, the SCAR, the semi-auto sniper, the bolt action sniper, the RPG, and the grenade launcher. So there were only 12 guns in the game as compared to the now roughly 20, depending on how you want to spin some of them. And on top of that, the only other items that were in the game were bandages, shields, medkits, and grenades. And when you came across a grenade, you'd only find one in a stack. So you'd literally find one grenade and then that was it. Some other very random features of this update included the ability to hold 5 shields in one slot. Anyways, the original Fortnite build was a little bit clunky, a little bit weird, but this was what started Fortnite towards a road of lots of success. Now, September 26th marked the official worldwide free launch for everybody on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and this is when it started to explode. Biggest update for this was they finally introduced squads and duos, so no longer did you have to just play on solos, where basically everyone at the time was teaming. Anyone that I've talked to that played Fortnite back then would say you'd basically just go into a game and every single person would just be running around with another person playing together in a solos game. But as soon as they added duos and squads, that problem quickly went away. Now, other additions to the official launch included supply drops, the scoped AR, the tactical SMG, and the Zapatron sniper. For those of you that don't know about the Zapatron, I made a whole video on it, but basically it was this really overpowered sniper that quickly got removed like 2 days later. Now, already at this point, Fortnite was gaining a ton of traction. I think the first day that I played was just a few days following this patch, and already there was just like this spark that had been ignited. From here, we had the October 11th patch, and although this wasn't significant, I think it was a really big deal. The first thing that was added were stats, so you could actually see like how many kills you have, how many wins you have, and the other and very important thing is Epic Games introduced the report player feature, basically saying like we are going to crack down on cheaters to no end. They also mentioned their conduct of how they're going to deal with cheaters, basically saying like we are going to crack down if we catch you cheating in any way, you will be banned forever. And on top of that, they even threatened lawsuits against some cheaters, basically just to discourage people from doing that in their game. And this was a great thing because before this point, there were so many aimbots in Fortnite. It was ridiculous. It was pretty common to see a cheater in Fortnite. You'd either hit a guy like 3 times and it would do no damage, or he'd just like see you across the map and kill you with an SMG. And then on October 17th, we had another minor update. Voice chat was added to PC, and they finally made it so that you could actually switch between teammates while you died and are spectating. Previously to that, you would just go to a random teammate, which was kind of a weird thing. And one of the other big things in this patch is they significantly reduced the rocket spawn. Before this, the community didn't really understand how OP rockets were, so like you would just go into games and there would be tons of people early off with a rocket. Like imagine any rocket being as common as like a bolt action now. It was pretty chaotic, but the community said, hey, you gotta drop this down, and Epic listened. But now we move into October 25th, which was the biggest all-time update for Fortnite at the time, and this was the Halloween update. We saw the original in-game store added, which featured the Ghoul and Skeleton. These were the first 2 ever character skins. We also had the Slurp Potion added, and they made it so that now you would automatically pick up ammo and building resources when you run over them. Previously, you actually had to pull your pickaxe and just go F over everything if you wanted to pick up any item. We also saw the start of Season 1 as well as seasonal levels added. We had leaderboards added, and lastly, the introduction of the pumpkin launcher. Now, November 7th was a bit of an interesting update. So this was actually the day that Fortnite hit 20 million total players. And on this same day, the bush was added to Fortnite, as well as the pump shotgun's range was reduced. For those OG Fortnite players out there, which was really like 50 days ago, the pump used to have a way higher range. It was basically like a sniper, and they significantly reduced it because it was just stupidly OP. And actually at the time, the pump wasn't really that well known, so it wasn't a huge deal, but it was a very, very important update for the pump. Now for the next little bit, we saw a lot of minor updates. So November 14th, we saw launch pads. November 21st, the silenced SMG was just like a small hotfix they just threw into the game. And then November 28th, we saw smoke grenade. Not the most exciting string of updates, but you know, it kind of kept us going. And then with the December 7th update, we saw a little bit of a change to the inventory, which just made much cleaner. And this marked the first ever game mode introduced to Fortnite, which was 50v50. Update: it wasn't very good. And then this brought us into the December 4th winter update. Now, this is probably the biggest update that Fortnite has seen so far, and this was the Battle Pass update as well. So the new Battle Pass introduced emotes, skins, dances, with a total of 65 new sort of cosmetic items added to the game. This also marked the beginning of Season 2, as well as a bunch of cosmetic changes, such as the snowball launcher, as well as bushes being turned into Christmas bushes. And obviously there were a bunch of Christmas trees added into the map with gifts underneath them. Quickly followed by 2 more updates. December 19th, we saw the small shield update, and then December 23rd, we had the Boogie Bomb introduced, along with the high explosives game mode. Now, one fun fact about the Boogie Bomb is it was very quickly patched, as at the start of it, it was actually a 15-second sort of dance thing, and then they changed that to only 5 seconds. There was just a little hot fix in there. January 1st marked a new year for Fortnite, and with it, we saw the introduction of the silenced pistol, as well as the sneaky silencers game mode. And finally, on January 9th, we just saw the cozy campfire hotfix. Oh, and yeah, then January 18th, Fortnite released the biggest update to date. Now you're probably wondering, hey Pat, why did the board change and why did your shirt change? Well, we kind of ran into an issue on this video. So I originally had this video to be scheduled for January 18th of 2018, which ended up being the day that the new map update dropped. I had recorded it 2 days before, and at this point it was still unknown as to when this update was actually going to be out. The video was edited, ready to go up on the channel, and then I realized, oh, I have to redo this. But I think it's actually a really good thing that they did release this update, because I think it's really good to go from that very, very first starting point still to such a huge like anchor of a new update. So Thursday, January 18th of 2018 marked the biggest Fortnite update to date. We had some Battle Pass updates. They removed the scoped AR from supply drops, and they actually even updated the scope on the scoped AR. They removed the snowball launcher and brought back the old grenade launcher. They actually ended the winter seasonal update, removing all the trees from the map. Oh yeah, and they actually added 10 new locations to the game. Junk Junction, Haunted Hills, Snobby Shores, Shifty Shafts, and Tilted Towers. Along with the Cougar Dome, the new factory, the motel, some ruined houses, and a very, very bad place. And honestly, this has completely changed the map. I think ultimately the biggest change that this has had for Fortnite is the start of games. Now, in the past, how it's worked is you usually spawn into an area, and there's probably gonna be a ton of other people there. You know, you get into gunfights, either win or you lose, and then you continue on with your game. Now that has changed a little bit, because now the map is much more spread out when you spawn into the server, and in general, all the people online kind of go to different areas of the map, and because of that, you get like just very few people when you actually go to an area. Unless you go to Tilted Towers, and then it's literally 50v50. But the thing that I've really noticed with this update is I'll now spawn into an area, and I'll still probably get in 1 or 2 fights, but it's much less than what it used to be. And although I'm not a huge fan of this in solo, I think it's much better for squads, because an issue that I would always have with my in real life friends is we get into a game and then we like go to the factory and there's 2 other teams there, and just like the odds of all 4 people winning all their gunfights on our team and then making out of that area and continuing on were usually pretty low. But now the chances of instantly spawning in with another squad is much lower, and that's what's good because you actually have a time to pick up a gun before you have to get into a fight. Now if you guys want an in-depth video on this, I already actually did a ranking all these areas from worst to best, so you can totally go check that out. But overall, this has been an absolutely huge update for Fortnite, and I think it was perfect that we actually end this video on that note. Now I don't know what else is to come for Fortnite in the future, but the first 100 days is actually now like 108 days technically, because like I said, this video is a week late. It's been a lot, you know. They're absolutely grinding on Fortnite over there. It's awesome to see, and I think from now on, like they're gonna keep doing good. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you want to get in on that giveaway, all you gotta do is just subscribe to the channel and just comment down below what I said at the start of the video, because I made that video a week ago and I'm too lazy to go check out what I said. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Peace out, you freaking